Obviously you, as a senior planning consultant and founder of the Rural Planning Co, you've dealt with a lot of planning projects. What would you say are your favourite type of planning projects and why, really?
I'd say there's a couple for different reasons. I do really enjoy some of the basic projects, like whether it is just ag sheds. I love getting back to farming basics, just being out and chatting to farmers. Quite often now, when you're the founder of the company, you're managing stuff as opposed to doing the job. So I do still love sitting and having a chat to farmers. I do really enjoy some of the farm diversification projects. We've done some really interesting ones lately. We've done things like dog walking, or we've done some really cool wild swimming lakes and wellness places and things, which are really good. And actually you can really very genuinely see what comes out of that and the good things that it, not only for the business but also for the people that are going and things.
Yeah.
But professionally and in terms of challenging myself, what I really enjoy is strategic planning. So for example, taking like a redundant farmyard, or perhaps maybe a farmer that wants to retire or something like that, and his objective, or what he comes to us with, is saying, I'm going to sell at some point in the next year or two. How do I maximise the value of my asset? And we have to look at not only the planning, which obviously is the key to this and what we can get planning for, but some of those peripheral things as well, which, whether it's retained accesses or tenancies that are in place. And I think that's potentially where my background as a chartered surveyor comes into play, more so than just pure planning, because you can see some of those peripheral things that go around the planning question as well. So I love using strategy to think about how I can go from a set of farm buildings to what potentially could be 10 or a dozen houses on a site, for example, if that's the route. How we go there, how we go about it, and what are the other things that we need to be thinking about whilst we're doing.
And do you think it helps you in that strategic planning, the fact that you're a farmer yourself?
It does. It perhaps maybe slightly less so in the strategic, because I think that really comes about from the experience as a chartered surveyor, and then knowing the planning system and the loops and what steps to take. I think where being a farmer comes into it is still kind of in our core farming client base, really, because we still do a lot of work in, as you know. It's about how to get on with people and I feel like I'm on the same wavelength as most of them, and I can talk about calf prices and everything else, and or feed prices or whatever, and because I actually love talking about that, not just because it's and so I do feel that yes, being a farmer, I think it just gives you that baseline knowledge of the countryside, the issues surrounding it, and what's affecting our clients
Absolutely,
on the other side of the table.